Now, I could cast the spell I meant to cast, or we could roll on the wild magic table and it could be anything! Even a spell that's worse than the one I meant to cast, with Neera, Wild Mage.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
This video is sponsored by Untapped. You can add Untapped to your Magic Arena experience by using the download link in the description below. Do you want to track your stats, see how bad your decks are, and then make them better? Do you want to get hip with the meta? Check it out on untapped.gg. Hello everybody, I'm Amy the Amazonian and welcome to Brawl Stars. Today I'm playing Neera, Wild Mage. Neera is a character from the Baldur's Gate series, and apparently she has a bit of contentious history and some people don't like her in the game. But I like her a lot here in Brawl. This card is a paper card. You can play this card exactly as it is from the Battle for Baldur's Gate set. That was the Commander Legend set that came out a couple months ago. And you can play it in Arena. So Neera is a really weird deck because I want you to take a look at my mana curve. It seems to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because Neera is all about, you get her on the battlefield, then you cast a spell, any spell, and you can either choose to cast that spell or throw it to the bottom of your library and just kind of reveal a card until it's like, ooh, here's another spell. It's Ulamog? I'll take Ulamog. You get some insane plays with Neera, but because she's unfortunately not very good at protecting herself, you have to ramp a lot and try to control the board with damage-based board wipes because we're in red, and a little bit of mass bounce because we're in blue, until we can get to the point where we're doing wild magic. So Neera, being a 2/7, can kind of just block. She's not very good at attacking, but when you get the chaos to go off just right, oh, it's beautiful. So this deck is split between cards that help control the board, or are just cheap spells to cast with Neera, ramp, and then the big cool stuff that you want to cheat out, because, hey, it turns out there's a lot of that in these colors. So I'm actually a big fan of Neera and then using Brainstorm to set up the top of your library so you can actually choose which cards you're going to be able to play. But you have to have a backup strategy with this deck. And my backup strategy is I'm just going to cast the big spells as I draw them. Because, well, they're good spells. And unfortunately, Neera dies really easily. You don't want a lot of counter spells in this deck because if you get one of those as your random wild magic spell, you're going to be pretty disappointed. One of the best cards in this deck, and also a card that should honestly be removed from Brawl, or at least changed to not be like this, is Tome of the Infinite. Tome of the Infinite gives you lots of cheap little spells to cast with Neera, and also almost every spell on this is kind of busted good. So, yeah, let's get some wild magic on. Our opponent is going to be spewing legendaries with Kethis, the Hidden Hand. That's all about discounting legendaries and then playing them from the graveyard. This hand seems okay. It's got ramp, it's got card draw, it's got ramp, and it's also a cool dragon. Let's go. Oh, my opponent taking that free mulligan. Gotta make sure they have lands, and I gotta make sure that I spin my Naruto fidget spinner. I found this in a box in my apartment. It was, I think, like a giveaway from a PAX East like 7 years ago. A long time ago. But it's mine. And it's special. It's a Naruto fidget spinner. This is like a relic of the past. This should go in a museum. Oh, and they're leading with Shigeki. That's also kind of like good at returning things from the graveyard, but specifically not good at returning legendaries, because it can only return non-legendary cards. Okay, we've got Croson Grip, Doomblade, Regrowth. I like Croson Grip, I like Doomblade. I'll take any of these. And I'm gonna drop the Opt. Right now I do have Jin-Gitaxias actually pretty close to being played, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. If I can get it to 7, we can start having fun with Jin-Gitaxias. Oh, a Hullbreaker Horror. I actually like you even more. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, What's up? Shigeki's probably going to just, like, go back into their hand, give them some ramp, and start filling up their graveyard with things to return and feed Kethis. Oh, R.I.P. Goldspan Dragon. Instead of getting a treasure and 4 damage to their face, I'm going to instead get an island, which also accomplishes what I wanted. Great. Alright. I could have taken that opportunity to kill Shigeki, but since they can bring it back with Kessis, I don't think there's a big rush for that. I want to save my lightning strikes and my doom blades for better things. Oh, search for Blex. That's a choice. I'm gonna take this opportunity to lightning strike Shigeki. Awesome. Search for Blex, by the way, is a way to just kind of fill up your graveyard and your hand. Neat. It's the backside of Blex. Blex is the name of a giant pest. I think this is Dina's friend. Strixhaven cards are cool. I wonder if they'll choose to put any of them in hand. Maybe like a couple lands and everything else in the graveyard. It's always good to have mana. Always good. Oh, apparently we found Blex because Blex was just on the other side of the card. Those ding-dongs didn't even turn the cardboard over. This kid is about to die by going into a swamp. This kid's getting sublexed. Boo. Okay, so they, looks like they put 2 in hand. They're down to 16 life. Oh, Amy, what do you want? What do you crave? I mean... Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Hullbreaker Horror. Well, they put 3 in their hand. They took 9. I didn't realize they were still at 21. Okay. Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. A shrine. I guess they are legendary. And we're gonna just go ahead and skip to the end step and Hullbreaker Horror. It's me. A lobster. You gonna kill me? You wouldn't kill a lobster, would you? Just look at him. He's having a great time. He just wants to go to the beach. Okay. That's another really good card. As I said, Neera costs about the same as some of the best cards in Arena, so sometimes it can be hard to justify, actually using Neera's wild magic, but it's a great way to turn those kind of like dud early game cards into the fun crazy cards later in the game. Alright, Hullbreaker Horror's coming in with 7 damage on the swing. Yes. Oh, they're using Beside You! So I already got my 8/8. But they're gonna let me get a leather land. Thank you for the ramp. I appreciate that so much. And I may as well get my steam vents instead of just like a basic. And it comes in tapped. Didn't need to, but like, do I need to hold up Doomblade? Oh, actually that could have been smart. That would have been smart. I forgot. I can cast it with Ornithopter of Paradise. You can't kill Kethis, though. Kethis is, in fact, not dying to Doomblade. Oh, who are you? It's a Johnny Unyielding. A Johnny can exile the Hullbreaker Horror. If I had held up Doomblade, I could have targeted one of my creatures and turned that around. But we don't even need to, because we're going to just swing in for 8. And then bring it up to 10 damage. Boop! We even get a scry. Wonderful! A win for Neera, who did 0 wild magic that game. Gadwick the Wizened. I'm not a fan of Gadwick, because this is usually just a pile of counter spells. I'm still going to play a game against him, and hopefully we can have some fun. I don't want my cool funky spells being countered, though. So let me see what kind of creatures you have in your library. Because I'd like a copy of one in my hand. Oh, it's Brawl! Alright, we know exactly what kind of deck our opponent is running. It's a rude, awful, mean, terrible one that I do not like. Now, this might be my best opportunity to land something that's going to get countered later. I think putting the Tome of the Infinite onto the battlefield is a really strong play here, because it's going to give me access to it in future turns. They can bounce it, yes, but that's going to take a spell. It's going to take resources, and we get to be pretty obnoxious with this. It's also not a creature, but can still be tapped by Gadwick. Here comes Gadwick for X equals 1. I wonder why you're holding up that instead of going for more card draw. Could it possibly be because you want to cast a counter spell? I'm not surprised. I'm gonna go ahead and ramp a little more so we can get to the big spooky things in our deck. And then I'm gonna chill. Hey, what's up, Gadwick? I have a book, and I'm gonna read it. Counterspell, card draw, extra turn, almost definitely extra turns. I'm gonna go ahead and conjure! Ooh, a duress. I'm definitely gonna cast that next turn. Gonna read that book. Oh, baby, gonna read that book. And I'm going to try to get the card I took from them onto the battlefield. It's Brawl. He's been scattered. Okay. I'm gonna activate my tome again. I'm gonna read this book, baby. Ooh, Light of Hope. Light of Hope? Okay. And now, opponent, show me your secrets. Okay, fine. No more Gadwick. Gadwick is gone, dead, destroyed. They are going to get a 1-drop from their deck, but they didn't get one. It didn't seek because that means they have nothing that costs 1 in their library. Oh, sorry. This is a different one. I was thinking of the seek one. It's like something kinship. It has like a dog lady on it. This one is cards in your hand that share type with that cost 1 less. So their sorceries cost less. This time they're drawing cards, and they're taking an extra turn, and they're hitting me with birds. Well, I can take extra turns too, you know. See? Are you jealous? Are you jealous? You should be. I'm so powerful. I'm so powerful. I'm so powerful, in fact, that I can get a free Dark Ritual, use it to cast my commander, use it to cast Light of Hope, in order to gain 4 life. Haha, just kidding! We're gonna throw it to the bottom of our library and get Scorching Dragonfire. This kills the man. I'll take it. I could have taken an extra turn instead of doing all that rigmarole, but I didn't draw a land, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Look at that. I cast a spell with Neera. They stole her. They stole her? Fine. I'm taking an extra turn. Then I'm making a spell. Assault Strobe? Nice. So, notably, Hullbreaker Horror is not uncounterable in this format. So I think it makes sense for me to drop it onto the battlefield right here. Hi, I'm Hullbreaker Horror. How are you doing? I'm a Hullbreaker Horror who has access to a large number of cheap instant cost spells. And some sorceries, too. Big ol' hullybully. How you doing? Oh, are you gonna do some wild magic? That seems bad in their deck. Oh, but they got a blink of an eye! Aw, isn't that cute? I will seek new knowledge! And I'm gonna put Neera back in my hand. Yes, please. That's my commander. Ooh. Temptations, temptations. Like a little cat treat. They're going to tutor for an instant or sorcery. Great. Rewind. Not gonna say that's my favorite. Gonna go ahead and generate a little bit more wizardry. Ah, fog. Hello there, opponent. I offer you countering my commander? Really? No interest in it? Okay, then I'm gonna cast Fog and do some wild magic. Do you want to counter my Fog? No. Do you want to counter my Brainstorm? No. Okay. I'm just like, I don't know what to do here. Play the land. They can counter that, but I want them to tap a little lower. Mind Stone! Signet. I can try to get them to use a rewind right here. Let's go! I know what it's gonna hit and I know they're gonna counter it. But I'm still doing it because it's funny. They have 2 cards in hand. And only 2. Give me my free stuff. I love free stuff. Swords to Plowshares. You know, I'll take it. I'm gonna swing in with everybody. Everybody in the club. And then I will unleash my beloved Chandra. Ugh, I hate Discover the Formula. Good news, though, this can't be countered. I have discovered the formula in this deck. This deck actually has a ton of really mean cards in it. I'm just gonna plus. I'm gonna get a little bit of a clock on my opponent. Okay, Brazen Borrower back in my hand. Great. Bing! Just a little bit of bing bong. I want to do more wild magic. I want to do more. I don't even care, Gadwick. Swords to Plowshare on the bird, and we throw it to the bottom of my library and create Drakaseth, Maw of Flames. They had a counter spell for that one. I shouldn't be surprised. Okay. Sure, we've had first wild magic. Wait, actually, I want to activate my tome first. Give me the freebies. It's Giant Growth. I play Giant Growth targeting Neera, and I throw it to the bottom of my library and get Consider. Okay, that's fine. Put that in the trash. Draw something else. Oh, the Scholar's nice. And here comes Chandra again. And she's gonna tick it up. And then we're going to chill. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and burn Gadwick so that I can only tap one thing here. Hello, Mr. Birdie. Oh, negate even. My little peeps. Tweet. Will they ever run out of counter spells? Maybe. We'll find out. Aw, Narset! I want to draw cards, though. Okay, Narset is going to look for a card, and they got Kindred Denial. This is the card I was thinking of before. And they do have enough mana for Kindred Denial. But I have enough mana to commit something. That's kind of tasty. That's very tasty, in fact. Unfortunately, the memory side is not very useful. All my stuff's gonna get hecka tapped down in just a moment, though. So I have to figure out what in the world I want to do. Step 1. Yes. But of course. Can I do Scholar and hold up the commit? I'm gonna start with the Fog. Put it to the bottom. Thrix, making my spells uncounterable. Do you want to counter this? Can't be countered, baby! Scar of the Lost Trove. Dig a little deeper. Get myself a time warp. Why, of course I'd like to take an extra turn. So kind of you. So kind of you to understand. And I'll swing in with these 2 birdies. Might actually want to go ahead and hit Narset here, but I think I might be able to just get lethal. Let's go for face. I ain't doing math. There's a saying we have here in Magic the Gathering that math is for blockers. And I am not, at this moment in time, blocking. Oh my god, but I can actually force spike something. The amount of joy that brings me is huge. Everybody at the face, take 4 damage on their upkeep. And they lose. And we win. And we have an uncounterable Hullbreaker Hoarder, and a counter spell, and a commit, and a Dragon's Horde. We win! Let's go, Neera! HK, MTG, playing Krydle of Baldur's Gate with a Garuda as a companion. Spicy. Spicy. So Krydle is very good at making himself unblockable. That's kind of neat. I like this hand because it had a little bit of ramp to it. Has some cheap spells. Has some expensive spells. Here comes Krydle. I can't kill Krydle with what I have here. I'm going to consider this next card, and I'll take it. I like having lands here so I can get to Neera. Or I guess in this case, actually getting to the Cavalier of Gales. I'm going to keep that on top because Krydle will mill that card when he hits me. And I don't mind losing a land here. In next turn, Cavalier of Gales is definitely going to be my play. Trying to kind of just get card advantage, get more lands, and get a 5/5 on the board. Hopefully it doesn't get countered or killed, but if it does, I'll still have gotten value out of it. No, only if it gets killed, not countered. Countered, it would just be kind of sad. Okay, Cavalier of Gales did land. And I will put, I feel like I don't need to hold on to Magma Opus, so I'm going to put the Magma Opus in the graveyard and one of these lands. Or not in the graveyard, but I'm going to put it on top of my library so it ends up in the graveyard. Incoming Krydle. They can pay 2 to make Krydle unblockable. Mountain No goes into graveyard, and I'll end up drawing this Magma Opus again. Could play Neera here, but I wouldn't be able to, use the ability on Neera, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to just play the Crackling Drake. Play that land first, just in case of a counterspell. There's like a couple of them that cost 2, that tax for 2. And I kind of like playing Haka here, too. Haka! Aha! Ah, they have a tail's end. And in we go with the Cavalier of Gales. They did not want me getting Haka on the battlefield. Or Chicken Nugget. Oh my gosh, it's Chip! But not like the cute Chip from Runeterra, it's the Equipment Jellyfish Chip. This is gonna let them play cards off the top of their library, which is pretty nice. It's a good ability. I have a Thrix in hand, so that's going to be my play. But even though Thrix has Flash, I'm just going to play Thrix now. The reason for this is because Thrix himself can still be countered. And I don't trust a Dimir deck to not have counter spells. I think this is smart. I think this is sane. The Cemetery Desecrator. Who's getting exiled? Alrund? Alrund kills the Thrix? Or the Cavalier? Okay, they're going for Thrix. I think I'm going to go for Alrund's Epiphany next turn, just because it gets me a lot of good damage. And then the turn after, do Wild Magic with Neera. Gonna go ahead and land this. Chicken Nugget, active. This ticks up the Crackling Drake. I'm saving my play with fire for Neera, because I demand chaos. Now, I believe I just have lethal, but I don't want that lethal. I want this lethal. No, let me do my wizard magic. Aw, man. Well, I tried. Arctopus is playing Tatsunari Toad Rider. Their deck is going to be about frogs and enchantments. The two greatest things in all of Magic. I also have a Tatsunari deck. I love playing it. They said hello. I'm gonna say hi right back. Hi, how you doing? And give them a little bit of Rowan, having a good time. Nice, starting off strong with a Kami of Transience. Because this thing can just keep coming back from the graveyard, I'm going to use my Lava Coil on it right now. It's scary. It's scary. It's really good with enchantments. Third land, and the Cemetery Illuminator. I guess they'll exile my sorcery. That means that they can play sorceries off the top of their library. Cool. Ooh. I don't actually think I want to foretell that. I kind of want to flash that out and trade with the Illuminator. Let's see if I can get that to work. Brazen Borrower. This is, by the way, not a card I expect in a Tatsunari deck. Because it's not an enchantment. It doesn't really do much with enchantments. I guess it lets you play off the top of your deck. That's pretty good. Sorry, actually only cast. I guess if you exile a land, you can't use it with this. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and foretell here. And I'm actually going to play this untapped land as a way of bluffing that this could be a counter spell. Like, ooh, you saw me foretell, what could it be? Oh, hey, Brazen Borrower. Could this just be a... Could this be a just Sultai deck? Okay, no, there we go. There's an enchantment. I love this. They just turned their Brazen Borrower into a 3/3. Doesn't fly, but at least it can block on the ground. Fun move, dude. Fun move. Alright, next turn. I'm ready for Neera. But I probably won't play her because, I don't have a spell to follow up with. If I have maybe like a lightning bolt or something I get off the top, opt, any of the one-cost spells, the instants, I'll go for the wild magic. Oh, just kidding. I don't get another turn, do I? And they might be able to kill me here because they have 9 damage and the ability to do even more with Kami. Brain Maggot. Yep, that's an enchantment. Bye, Ginny Gin Gin. A land. Okay, so I did get it, but I'm gonna try to go for the Epiphany first, because if they can counter stuff, they're gonna be able to do it anyway. So now I have 2 birds to block on the battlefield. Those are my block and birdies. I'm gonna play land, Neera. Then we're going to go for the chaos. Okay, ignore. Go for the chaos. Take action. What do we get? It's... Okay, we actually got a Cascade spell here. And the Cascade gave me Unholy Heat. I guess free my boy. The boy's been freed because Tatsunari can hop with its frog friend. We want to make sure we have our blockers maintained here. We are so close to death. Tatsunari, you know I feel great frog-related fear. Tropia and Kinnan. I won't pretend to understand, but I will pretend to cast Spikefield Hazard, which is actually going to be play with fire. Okay. Not what I was looking for. Pretty sure I just die here. That's too bad. Jinkataxis, come sit on this battlefield and look threatening. You're doing a great job. They're gonna make their froggies fly and smack me in the face. Good game, Tatsunari. Yeah, I cast a spell that was going to deal 2 damage instead of one that was going to deal 1 damage. Neera, you disappoint me. Muxie's playing Yerrick, the Desecrated. Got 4 mana in this hand. Playables. I'll keep it. I'm gonna toss this down as a land, though. Set myself out to curve nicely. Oh, I love seeing mana. And I'd also love seeing things for me to destroy. Confounding Conundrum doesn't do that much against me. It's still good. Oh, goodness. Got those coughs. They got a Signet, they're ramping. Nothing for me to use my cards on yet. So I'm gonna play a 0/4 Crackling Drake, because I haven't cast any instants or sorceries. I haven't milled any. We draw Jinkataxis Core Augur. That's a big, scary boy. Now the dream with this deck would be to, like, get Omniscience off of Neera. That would be sick. So... fingers crossed we can get there. I'm probably going to end up just, like, chilling, removing things, discovering formulas, all that stuff. Oh, hello there, little 1/1. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of their Signet. Just make it a little bit harder for them to play or play and protect their commander. And then I'm going to chill. Little Blast will take out their commander. He shocked in for Gonti! Wait, why'd you shock in for Gonti? They're gonna steal a big scary card from me. Well, they have to choose wisely. Okay, they chose. And Gonti, Fire Prophecy. I'm gonna put this back to the bottom of my deck because I'd rather cast it for free! Now it's time to play at the beloved or hated instant speed. I'm just gonna chill on my Brittle Blast, on my Discover the Formula. Try to get and discount some spells so I can, like, chain things together with Neera, or just play some really scary, expensive spells. Llanowar Visionary! Really not worth Brittle Blasting. So So I think we'll just discover the formula. Ooh, shocking. I don't know why they're leaving 1 mana up. Could it be like a Veil of Summer? If it was a Spell Pierce, I would have used it there. Wild. Okay. I'm gonna play Sokanzan as land, then I'm going to play Neera. And then I'm gonna play Cold Steel Heart. Send it to the bottom of my deck, and I'll Crusher Giant. I'll go for the Stomp, and I'll Stomp on the Visionary. Go get him, Crackling Drake. Dark Ritual. What you gonna do with all that mana? You're gonna get a Mammoth. Haha, Neera's butt is so big she can block the Mammoth. I'm going to start with a Lightning Bolt to their face, throw it to the bottom of my library, and get, sure, the Celestus. I like mana. I like mana plenty. And I feel like I should play Nezahal, so I have another big, chunky, scary critter on the board. And I'm fine with Haka, but Haka would just get, you know, bit by a Mammoth. The Thorn Mammoth, though, could fight Neera twice in a turn. So, like, if they played Yarick, this would double trigger, and she'd be dead. Ooh, free card! Dora Best the Sea God. Hello, would you care to fight? Yes, they would. And fight they did. My turn. Okay, great. Throw this to oblivion. Strangle. Alright, I'll strangle an elf. I'll also, like, Magma Opus. I think I'm gonna go for, Skyclave Relic. Just regular. Goldspan Dragon. Swing in. All our stuff's gonna get tapped down. But what I want to do is I want some more wild magic. So I think what I gotta do is I gotta hold full control. I'm going to sacrifice this to make the 2 mana. Excuse me? I definitely clicked red. Red? Okay. That completes post-trigger. Brittle Blast, Brittle Blast, Brittle Blast, Brittle Blast. I don't care about your Garuda. Give me chaos! Fires of Invention. Okay. Sure. I can't cast spells on their turn anymore. But all my spells will be free! Hello, Omori the Collector. Goodbye, Goldspan Dragon. These two are unfortunately stuck in lockdown. Ooh, but I get to take an extra turn. Decline. I would actually just like to take the extra turn. And, sure, free Magma Opus. I'll take it. Damage to your face. Tap down these guys. I don't need to cast it. Guess I won't. A meaty golem. And we attack for lethal! Haha! Victory for Neera! All on the back of wild magic. Sort of. The wild magic didn't actually do that much that game, but we can pretend. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to watch me record this or play just lots of Brawl, come on over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. I'm almost always playing Magic, and I'm almost always having a great time. Unless I'm stuck in a weird control mirror, in which case I'm in a contemplative mode of silence and anger. Pure vitriol and spite. So come on over and hang out with us. See you soon.